Hey there, my name's Dave and welcome to another Guitars Dirty Hero song tutorial. In this lesson I'll teach you how to play Pointless by Lewis Capaldi, and I'll teach you two different ways of playing this song. I'll teach you how to play his acoustic version, but I'll also teach you how to play along with the original recording if that's what you want to do. For the basics of this, you'll just need a guitar in standard tuning and you won't need a capo. Now if you want to master your chords back to front, then be sure to head over to guitarsdirtyhero.com to pick up my free guitar ebook, or if you want to improve on your guitar in general, then sign up to Guitars Dirty Hero Premium, which is my complete step-by-step guitar course. Alright, let's jump into the lesson. Okay, I'm going to start by teaching you how to play Lewis Capaldi's acoustic version, and the key of this acoustic version is actually one full step down from the original recording. So there's just one thing to note. If you learn this acoustic version, you won't be able to play it along with the original piano version. Let's start with the strumming pattern, which is going to be used basically through the entire song. Now this song is in 6/8 timing, so our beat is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Our strumming pattern is going to go like this. Down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. Another way of thinking about it is that you're just playing down, up, twice for one full bar. So in succession, down, up, 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 down, up. Okay, let's start with the verse, which is really nice and easy. So we're going to start with a D chord, really nice and simple. And then we're going to play a D/G. So have your thumb actually ready here, sitting on top of the 3rd fret. Now, when you play the D chord, you just want that thumb to lightly touch the 6th string so that it doesn't ring out when you strum the strings. But when we get to the 2nd chord, what you're going to do is bend that thumb over to fret that 3rd fret of the 6th string. And now we have a D/G chord with that G as the bass note. So that is our 2nd chord. Now, if this chord is a little bit too difficult for you, then you can just replace it with the G chord. And I'll show you how that sounds later. The 3rd chord is an A sus4, so keep your ring finger where it is, and you're just going to bar your index finger across the 2nd fret of the 4th and 3rd string. We're going to mute the 6th string, and you're just really focusing on the middle 4 strings here. So that's A sus4, and then we end with the D chord. Now, each chord is played for one full strumming pattern, so the verse just sounds like this. It's really important that the only time you apply pressure onto that 3rd fret of the 6th string is when you're playing that 2nd chord. For the rest of the time, you can just have it lightly touching that 6th string to mute it. Now, if that D/G is too hard for you, you can just replace it with a regular G chord, and that would sound like this. Next, we get to the pre-chorus, which is just 2 lines of chords. So we're going to start with our D/G, and then we go to our A sus4, and then we go to our D, and then back to our D/G. So each chord is played for one strumming pattern. Now the 2nd line of chords starts with our D/G, and then we have an A sus4, but these 2 chords are contained within one strumming pattern, and the point at which we change chords is on the 4 beat. So we go down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. So that's the first bar. For the 2nd bar, we'll then go to a B-7. So from your A sus4, what we're going to do is just move your index finger up to the 2nd fret of the 5th string and middle finger onto the 2nd fret of the 3rd string. And you're going to keep your ring finger where it is. And we just focus mainly on those middle 4 strings. Again, the 6th string should be muted, and that's our B-7. Now you may see Lewis Capaldi actually play it with his thumb like this, and that's actually a bit of a stretch. And sometimes you can hear in the recording he actually hits that F sharp note as a consequence of reaching the thumb over to hit the B. But I prefer just playing it like this. It's a bit easier to play in my opinion. So that's B-7, then we go to a D, and those 2 chords are contained within one strumming pattern. So down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. And then we go back to our D/G for one full strumming pattern. And then for the final bar, it's D/G and then A sus4. And those 2 chords are contained within one strumming pattern. So the 2nd line of chords. And the pre-chorus in total. Again, as I noted in the verse, anywhere where you see a D/G, if that's too difficult for you, just replace it with a regular G chord, and that should be a little bit more simple to play, but that's completely up to you. Next we get to chorus 1, which is also the same as chorus 3, and we have 4 lines of chords here. So we have our D, A sus4, B minor 7, and our D/G. Each played for 1 strumming pattern. For the second line of chords, it's our D, A sus4, our D/G, and then for the final bar, D/G to our A sus4. And again, those 2 chords are contained within 1 strumming pattern. Third line of chords is the same as the first line of chords, and then for the fourth line of chords, it's D, A sus4, and then D/G for 2 strumming patterns. So that's it for chorus number 1/chorus number 3, which sounds like this. So that's chorus number 1 and 3. For chorus number 2, we're basically just playing the first 2 lines of chorus 1 through twice. So nothing really new to learn there. The next part to learn is the bridge, which is just 2 lines of chords. So we have our D for 2 strumming patterns, our D/G for 2 strumming patterns, our B minor 7 for 2 strumming patterns, then our D/G for 1, and our A sus4 for 1. And those 2 chords are repeated through twice. I'm just going to play them through once here, but you'll play them through twice in the actual song. And the only other part we need to learn for this acoustic version is the outro, which is just 3 chords. D, A sus4, and then we end with the D. And that's everything we need to learn for the acoustic version. So now I'll teach you how to play along with the studio version, which is on piano. Now our strumming pattern is not going to change here. It's just going to be the same as what we had for the acoustic version. So down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. Let's start with the verse. Now, you'll see the chords here. These are the actual chords that the piano is playing. So E, A major, B major, and E major. So you can play them for 1 strumming pattern each, but I'm going to tweak some of these chord shapes to chord shapes that I think are simpler to play, but sound just as good as, you know, the A major and the B major bar chord. So instead of playing the A major, we're going to play an A sus2. So from the E, you just pivot around the ring finger and put your pinky finger on the 2nd fret of the 3rd string. And we're strumming from the 5th string onwards, so that's A sus2. And for the B, instead of a B major, we're going to play a B sus4. So from the A sus2, we're just going to slide our ring and pinky up to the 4th frets, and index finger just hits the 2nd fret of the 5th string. And we're going to keep the 2nd and 1st strings open. So that's our B sus4. Now with that B sus4, you can also take your free middle finger and lightly touch that 6th string, so that when you're strumming this chord, that 6th string doesn't ring out, because we don't want that ringing out. So with all that in mind, the verse would sound like this. The next part to learn is the pre-chorus, and we have an A sus2, a B sus4, our E major, and our A sus2, each for 1 strumming pattern. For the second line of chords, we have our A sus2, our B sus4, but they're contained within 1 strumming pattern, so we change chords on the 4 beat. So down, up, down, up, down, up, down. And then we go up to a C sharp minor. So from the B sus4, just slide everything up 2 frets, and we're putting our free middle finger now on the 5th fret of the 2nd string. And you can keep that first string open if you want. So that's C sharp minor, and then we go back to E. Those two chords are contained within one strumming pattern. So down, up, down, up, down, up, down. And then we have A sus2 for one strumming pattern, and then B sus4 held out for a bar. So pre-chorus just sounds like this. Next we get to chorus 1/chorus 3, and all the chords are shown here below. So really self-explanatory. We have our E, we have our B sus4, C sharp minor, A sus2, then E, B sus4, A sus2, and then for that fourth bar in the second line chords, A sus2 and B sus4. So they share one strumming pattern. The third line of chords is the same as the first line of chords, and then for the fourth line of chords, we just have our E, our B sus4, and then our A sus2, and hold that out for 2 bars. So chorus 1/chorus 3. Chorus 2 is just the same as the first 2 lines of chords of chorus 1 and 3. And then for the bridge, we have our E for 2 strumming patterns, our A sus2 for 2 strumming patterns, C sharp minor for 2 strumming patterns, then A sus2, A sus2, B sus4. Third line of chords is the same as the first line of chords, and then for the fourth line of chords, C sharp minor for 2 strumming patterns, and then A sus2 for 2 strumming patterns. If you want clarification on how that sounds, just go to the playthrough at the end of the song. And then finally for the outro, we just have our A sus2, B sus4, and then E. So that's everything for the studio version. Now again, I'll note that the piano is actually playing an A instead of an A sus2, and it's actually playing a B major instead of a B sus4. However, those sus chords that I've suggested just are a lot easier to play in this particular key as opposed to playing bar chords like this where you're a little bit cramped. So I'm going to be doing 2 playthroughs at the end of this lesson. The first playthrough will be Lewis Capaldi's acoustic version, and the second playthrough will be in the same key as the studio version on the piano. A big thanks to my friend Eric for lending his awesome vocals to these playthroughs. Feel free to play these back as many times as you'd like to practice, play along to, and see how you go.
Take her out to fancy restaurants. She takes the sadness out of me. I make her cards on her birthday. She makes me a better man. I take her water when she's thirsty. She takes me as I am. I love it when her mind wanders, and she loves me when I stay at home. I know that she's lost and she knows what I feel alone. From all my years and graces to the little things I do, everything is pointless without you. From all my years in grazes to the little things I do, everything is pointless without you. Of all the dreams I chase, there's only one I choose. Everything is pointless without you. I'll wait for you. I'll wait for you. You'll wait for me too. I'll wait for you. I'll wait for you. You'll wait for me too. All my airs and graces to the little things I do. Everything is pointless without you. Of all the dreams I'm chasing, there's only one I choose. Everything is pointless without you. Everything is pointless without you.
Thanks so much for watching. If you've enjoyed this lesson, then I know you'll absolutely love these other lessons too. So hit the link here, or if you want to grab a copy of my free guitar ebook, then head over to guitarzerotohero.com or click the link here. Thanks so much, and I'll see you guys next time on Guitar Zero to Hero. Cheers.